Hey friends, Leigh Brown here with your realtor tip of the day. Now this realtor tip is actually for realtors. So if you're a normal buyer and seller of real estate, you are welcome to message me, visit the links in my bio, or call me, whatever you want, but you're not going to want to watch this video. So you are hereby released unless you were just bored. And frankly, I know some of y'all get bored. That's why you watch my videos, so welcome. So the question I was asked last week or the week before, I don't remember, is how in the world, Leigh Brown, do I select my first brokerage? It's something that's not talked about very often in the business, and new realtors do not get hardly any guidance on how to select a broker because there are as many different brokers as you have hairs on your head, and frankly, probably more consistency in your hairstyle than amongst brokers because you're going to have different personality types, you're going to have different approaches to the business. There's all these different factors to consider. So let me give you the top things to consider when selecting a real estate brokerage. Now, spoiler alert, this might not be your first brokerage, but it could be that you've outgrown where you are and you're trying to figure out how to make a selection. The number one thing to find out is why that broker opened their own firm. So find out if they opened the firm as a means to make money, or did they open the firm because they feel a specific calling to work, a niche in the marketplace, or did they open the brokerage because they wanted to bring a brand to a marketplace? There are a lot of reasons to open your real estate firm. My dad and I opened our own firm in 2003 because we wanted to provide a different kind of agent experience to the agents who worked with us. Now, it means I've always been a fairly small broker because I don't need to have 80 million people around me, and that's okay. There's different business models there, which means the second thing you want to ask this broker prospect of yours is, how do you select the agents that work in your firm? Now, if they select everybody because they will take you if you have a license and you're breathing, then maybe that's for you if you want some anonymity and you want to swim in a sea and be let loose and let on your own. That fits some people. However, if that's not the kind of environment you want, you need to know, because by nature, the larger the brokerage is and the fewer managing brokers for the number of agents, the less attention you're going to get. And that's okay if you are a driven, disciplined person. For example, one of my brand new agents did a business plan. Y'all, look at all these pages. And look, some of y'all are throwing up right now because y'all have never done a business plan. I love y'all. You make up real estate by the seat of your pants. But if you're this kind of a realtor, you need to make sure that you have a broker who can A, read it and understand it, and B, welcome that you have your own unique ideas and skills to bring into the business. Some brokers don't want you to have a business plan because they want you to walk in and do exactly what you're told. Again, there's a butt for every saddle, so you can't get too hung up on that, but you need to know yourself and what your needs are. So that's the number 3 item to know. Now you've asked this broker why they've got a firm. You're figuring out how they recruit agents. You need to know what you need in the way of real estate support. Do you need a mentor? And if you need a mentor, ask if they provide it. And if they do, how do they make those matches? Because mentoring is absolutely a Fiddler on the Roof thing of matchmaker, make me a match. Because if you don't like your mentor, you're not going to listen to them, which means it's kind of a waste of everybody's time. Now, you also might be looking for a broker that's got excellent education. Well, then you have a couple of different things on your little decision tree here. Maybe you like live classes. So ask that broker what kind of live classes they offer, or if they are affiliated with the local board of realtors or realtor association and their classes. The other kind of learning that's very popular right now is online learning or on-demand learning. And maybe you are an in-your-yoga-pants kind of learner. Make sure that if that's what you want, your brokerage does have it available. Now, knowing this, y'all, when you get into real estate, it's very entrepreneurial. You're going to create it to be what you want it to be. And you can find a lot of supplements to wherever you land, but you need to make sure you're landing in the environment that makes the most sense for you. Now, the 4th thing I would ask of this broker with whom you may affiliate is, why do I want to come work with you? Why do you need me? And find out, friends, if that broker Googled you before you showed up. Now, we often find this out in real estate. We will Google, Facebook, stalk, LinkedIn, all of those things to find out information about our future buyers and sellers, because frankly, for one thing, it's a safety issue. And secondly, it's kind of fun to be a busybody because then you know how to have conversations. You should do the same thing if you are a realtor looking to affiliate yourself with a broker. What does their social presence look like? Do they seem fun and engaging and smart, or do they look like they are real estate dreadful, boring, awful people who post open houses all the time because nobody wants to hang out with that? Because frankly, the kind of environment and culture that you're getting is going to be evident in the way that that broker talks on social media and on the internet presence at all. And then another good question to ask is kind of a last question, because you're probably bored by now. Go do some interviewing in the community. What do other people think about this brokerage? And you don't have to just ask other real estate brokers because they may have their own colored opinions, but you could ask somebody in the local nonprofit. You could ask a home builder, do you have a relationship with XYZ Realty? What do you think of them? And go do a little bit of research. And the reason it's this important is that this is the person whose name is going to be affiliated with yours. This is the culture that you're going to learn in and hopefully thrive in. And the best brokerage relationships last for years and years, because as an agent, you will develop some inertia and you won't want to leave. And sometimes you just have such a great place, you don't need to leave. But never be afraid to move, because I'm always really proud when an agent who's worked with me decides to go do something on their own, because that means I've trained them well and given them the strength and courage to go do something different and cool. So nothing makes me prouder. So think about that. Can you make your broker proud, and can they make you proud? So if you have any other questions about this, you let me know. But otherwise, tune in next time for your next set of realtor tips.